Hey, it's Payton with Role Playing Public Radio, and we're here September 25th, the year of our Lord 2022, or whatever it is. And I'm with a new person, Chris. Chris, of course, has been, on a lot of RPPR things. Our Page to Pixel or Pixel to Page, what was it called? Yeah.
Yeah, the one very well done series of episodes we did. I'm proud of the
Yeah,
work we
yeah,
did with
yeah.
that one.
Yeah. Chris is working on some other cool stuff right now, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, Chris, we're gonna be Baz is working on a upcoming Delta Green thing that he's gonna be doing on the Delta Green Twitch channel. But yeah, RPGs keep happening. They are happening into the night, it turns out. So we have to keep up with this shit. And Chris is just new to RPGs in general for the most part. Like you're not like a hardcore. You're a video game guy.
I'm mainly
Yeah.
a video game guy, but give me a shot. I've played and I've found some pretty niche stuff in the TTRPG field.
Yeah. We'll actually sort of compromise first because I want to talk about a video game. I think I mentioned, gave it a shout out on RPPR, but I just beat it last night. So, Forgive Me, Father is a new. It was released in April, but new this year retro horror FPS. And I bring this up because this is a Lovecraftian one, and I'm not going to play the music, but you can kind of see what it looks like through this footage. And oh no, who let Ross into the reaction? Oh yeah, well, I got to have my video game background for this. This is from my background's from Alien Isolation. But yeah, you can see like it's 3D, but it's got like everything's like a two-dimensional thing, like in Duke Nukem or Doom. But it's got like jumping, it's got a bunch of different weapons. But it's a fun game, although it's much longer than I thought it was going to be, because it's like 20 or so levels, and some of them take like an hour to beat, like especially at the end. Because I played like on easy because I was like, this is just to chill out. I don't give a shit. I don't care about proving myself to be cool gamer guy. But it gets fucking hard at the end because a couple times I get killed because I would like die from the monsters, but a lot of times it was just like, especially then it get kind of zine like in Half-Life. Do you know what I mean by that,
Yeah,
Chris?
the final
Yeah.
level.
Yeah, like, well, when a game, when FPS gets zine, I think there's just too many goddamn jumping puzzles. And this game, boy, at the very last couple levels, there's some asshole like, and also like fight on this narrow ledge that if you strafe a bit too far, you're going to fucking fall and die, and you have to start and then it's also an FPS with checkpoints, like there's actually save spots where there's a little dude who like you can go and save your game, and you can
Ross,
do
go
that as
back,
much.
go back a couple, go back a couple. I got to see something like two or three. One more,
This
one
one.
more. Okay, is that a reference to Caleb from Blood? Because he's got a pitchfork and he's got the hat and the coat.
I would think so. Like, I mean,
That really, come on.
yeah, no, I agree. I think it is. I can't believe I'm not a cool gamer guy. Damn, fucking got me. This looks neat though. Yeah, no, it is a fun game. It's only $20. If you like retro FPSs, just like really fast arcade style shooting. There is like a skill tree system, skill points and different skill trees, but like it's not too bad. But like, so there's safe spots, but if you die, you just reload it at your last save, or you start the level over. And some of those save spots, their space, they're where they are in the game is pretty ungenerous. Couple things. One, this is a Polish game, and the English translation and voice acting is not good. Especially I was playing her, the journalist, and I think they just got the voice actor from Fiverr. Like she tries, but she does not. I think they could have found a better voice actor. And two, I think this is the real thing is like, okay, Call of Cthulhu, the tabletop role playing game sort of established this idea, this sort of set of tropes, but boy, the whole thing about Lovecraftian horror is that you can put it anytime, anywhere, but it's always like the goddamn 1920s with shotguns and pistols and Tommy guns. And but then they just add so much shit that it's not even really the 20s anymore. Like those kind of barrels weren't around in the 1920s, at least I don't know. I maybe, but like it's I don't know.
Quick, someone Googled the history of material hazard signs.
Yeah, that's right.
See if you could be right.
It's the voice acting is bad good. Like it's very I can't play audio with this current stream setup, but like it's if you play a clip of it, it's like oof. But it's a fun game. If you really like retro FPSs and you know you zoom around shooting things, looking for secrets and power-ups and stuff like that. So it's just fun. It's just like Lovecraftian things can be set at any time. They can be set anywhere. Like, stop using Innsmouth 1920s. Like,
Hey, chat. I'm not logged into Twitch because I fucking hate Amazon. So hi, I can't chat with you. But hi.
Actually, if you can look on the right side of your StreamYard thing, you should be able to like type in comments.
It wants me to log into stuff.
Oh, you're not logged into StreamYard. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Time riffs. Exactly. Yeah. Totally not lazy. It's just it's a fun game. If you like retro FPSs, I would definitely get it. But like, damn, it's just pick a different setting. Like, just have them in 1950s suburbia. Or you know, the 1970s. That would be weird. Disco. I mean, maybe that'd be too silly. But like, I feel like you could find other historical places and settings that would be interesting to have.
Someone's done Disco Cthulhu by this point. Someone has to have.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, if you want like a serious like horror, if you're not trying to make like a comedic thing, so like if you're trying to do like a legit horror thing with Cthulhu and deep ones and mutated things, like what period of history would be good to set it in? So not the 1920s.
Medieval history.
Medieval history, yeah. See, that would work. Yeah, that would be gritty as fuck. Yeah, usually the people with microphones just talk. Yep. I will be posting some links to Chris's stuff in the comments, but anyway, also I just like this tweet. I just saw this today. I think it's a really good book cover.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah. It's very good.
Featuring the cast of Wings.
But you know, you're before we, so let's first why don't we just look at drive through and see what's going on. We can then at some point we'll check out what's going on in Game Pass. The genre of any excuse for our deco. I mean, that's fine, but it's like World War II. It's overdone for me. Like anything that's World War II theme for me takes like a negative like 5 to 10%. Like I may still like it, but I'm not gonna like it as much as if it was in any other. So yeah, Chris, this is DrivethruRPG. It's a big online retailer of RPG PDFs and print on demand books. And we've looked at we just checked this stuff out and see what is being posted because anyone can upload stuff to this. So why don't we first start by looking at Spoopy Friends, the ghosts of Milrose Manor. So I like the little art. It's a micro RPG, solo or co-op. Solo is kind of a new thing, or last couple years. Would you play solo tabletop RPG?
Oh, of course. As a matter of fact, I kind of want to get a copy of that 1,000-Year Vampire game.
Oh, you can borrow my copy. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's conceptually, I get it. Obviously, you can make a book like that. You know, what is Choose Your Own Adventure if not that?
Yeah. Yeah. So that is true. Yeah, and I did tons of Choose Your Own Adventure back in the day. But anyways, we'll look at the preview. Pretty micro RPG in the game. Okay.
Tabletop Welcome. Solitaire. Okay.
Yeah. Preparing to play. So like a 30 page thing, 30-ish, 35 page thing. Spooky yet cute little haunted house where you as a ghost live and haunt everyone invade your home, disturbing your peace. Up to you to scare them off. Okay. Popular micro RPG rules. Okay. It's a simple RPG with traditional game master's heart. It's a dungeon crawler. It is a spooky adventure waiting to unfold. What you need: dice, graph paper, character sheet, pencil, eraser, pretty standard stuff. Each player is a ghost. Creating ghosts is easy. Follow these steps to get ready to play the game. Begin the game by determining your ghost's 3 main ghost scores: spirit, speed, and spook. D3 for each. After rolling your set, your 3 main sets are these. Then your type of ghost. Each one gains three stats, 3 types of ghosts: poltergeist, wisp, corporeals. Blue or you're a force ghost. I see. If you're a corporeal ghost, making them more.
Doesn't that make them like a ghoul or a revenant? If I could touch you, you're not really a ghost, are you?
Well, no, they're still translucent, but they're not like fog or totally invisible that just move things. So passage type. Oh, how you died. Okay. Natural, murder. Okay, those are 3 types. Fair.
All of them have to be adorable ways, though. It's an adorable accident and an adorable murder. They're so happy on the cover.
It's true. What's an adorable murder for you?
An adorable murder for me? Jeez. I guess if my cat, pushed a bowling ball on top of my head, Fred Flintstone me into an early grave.
I think that's an accident. I don't think it's murder if it's a cat. Cats are legally can't murder people.
Oh, yeah, technically, but the intent is there.
All right. For me is an adorable murder would be like someone, the victim is drunk and the murderer is like, oh, you need some food. Here comes the choo-choo train. And unfortunately, it's like loaded with sleeping pills. So it's just like, okay, you need some cereal. You need some cereal. Here's your that. See, you're laughing. It's adorable.
I guess. Yeah, you got me. I'm having fun.
I don't think. Yeah, maybe also like suffocating, but like with like putting a big unicorn like mask on them and then duct taping them, throwing glitter at their face. Okay,
and other sexy things.
Yeah. Let's say haunt type: physical, vocal, and visual. Okay, you get it. Oh, you're proficient in haunt types. Okay. Oh my god. For a micro RPG, there's a lot of fucking like calculating and stuff. Like there's a lot of sub scores.
There's a lot of things about ghosts you don't think about simulating.
Yeah.
The section on food is particularly illuminating.
Haunt gear. I mean, the whole point of being a ghost is you don't have to worry about objects anymore. You're a ghost. Okay, well that's interesting. It seems a little complex for like a rules light RPG. I mean, it's definitely not like a 1-page. I mean, it's a 35-page RPG.
Hey, what the hell is the goal of the game?
You're a ghost and you're trying to scare everyone. It's a Beetlejuice scenario. You're trying to scare everyone out. We need a blade check. So this is the thing we do on the stream. Do you have a blade handy anywhere nearby? Because of course I do. I have my cheap eBay Mall Ninja Roman knife with
No, I don't contain. No, I don't have such a thing.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Here I have a backup weapon for you, so we have an average thing. I have some nunchucks my brother found in a storm drain.
It doesn't have to actually be a knife.
Well, I mean, it's ideally any kind of weapon that is specifically a weapon. So
I got my goof-ass nurse guns over here.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
That'll work. That'll kill 30 seconds. Give me a second, folks.
Aw. So we're continuing to look at the things. Let's take a look and see what else is new. Come on. Here we go. Heroes and
Okay,
hardships.
so I don't know exactly how popular this stuff is anymore, but back in the day, mid 2000s, modifying your Nerf guns was like a huge hobby. You would paint them, and you take them apart and strip the insides to make the darts launch further, that kind of stuff. And this one was made for me and given to me by a very good friend, Jacob. Yeah, I mean, this thing rips. Let me tell you, I am a terror.
Yeah, baby. Nice. So let's take a look at it. I found another thing, Mummy Dust. Heroes and Hardships, Mummy Dust. Sounds like a code name for a new drug. Oh yeah, we looked at this last week. Heroes and Hardships. So it's an adventure for a new RPG. I don't remember the Heroes and Hardships. The RPG did not leave much of an impression on me. So
you're probably not going to like the sequel, Daddy Dust.
Oh no. That's a different kind of game. So dating simulator. Oh no. Let's see. So the kickstarting Heroes and Hardships soon. It's a universal role-playing game. Man, universal role-playing games are just do not hook me these days. I mean, mainly because like I'm doing a universal RPG, it's like Fate because I'm used to Fate, and I don't like the more I play games, the less complex I want any individual game to be. Like I don't like learning incredibly complex games, and it's like a negative modifier. It's like I may like it, but I'll like it less than if it was simple.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Seems if you can help it, you probably shouldn't have to deal with D100s in your game.
Yeah.
You should probably excise those.
Well, like D100, like if it's just D100s, then it's easy because like Delta Green, it's just like
okay, yeah.
But like when they mix and match dice types, especially like so the premise of this adventure is the Black Death killing thousands except for one remote village called Bakota. God rumors swirl that God protects his place. The church expects something more sinister. So for Universal RPG, we're doing it in the Middle Ages. Okay. Well, that's not very universal now, is it? It's all any low fantasy or medieval setting. So yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing about Universal Adventures, right? Or systems is like if they try and do adventures, they have to pick something. And they thus exclude a lot of other things. So why not make a focused system? But I mean, I'm just looking at all this and look at all of this stuff. And these are for bandits, like a minor enemy. Look, they have defenses, attributes, mental characteristics, all their skills, special abilities, armor, weapons. Like it's just a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's. Well, let me ask you this: what is the most complex RPG that you still enjoy? Like you don't mind how crunchy it is, or the crunchiness, elevates it for you.
Off the top of my head, Eclipse Phase for sure. Because Eclipse Phase has a really cool and unique setting, which lets me run adventures that I couldn't do otherwise, because it allows me to do a lot of cool sci-fi and horror stuff that let me just pull it up because we can pull up PDFs on this thing. Let's see here. Here it is. So this is Eclipse Phase 2nd edition. We have, of course, we have done podcasts about this. Talent Show Revolve, yeah. So Eclipse Phase 2nd edition. Just look at the table of contents. Game mechanics starts on page 30. Well, it's only 5 pages mechanics, and then making characters, page 36 to 80, so about a little under 50 pages for making characters. How it came to be, starting on 98, so like 100 pages of setting material, then combat rules. Combat rules. Let's see, we started in 202 to 238, so 36 pages of just combat rules.
But you don't find this to be a staggering amount of information. You're able to contain this and have fun with it.
Yeah, I think it's because it took me Eclipse Phase is interesting because the first edition came out, I believe, in like 2009. Have I thought about the Fate version of EP? I've thought about it, but like I've already mastered like the Eclipse Phase system, so I don't want to like learn yet another version of the Eclipse Phase system. I don't want to learn the paid version. So Eclipse Phase first edition came out like 2009, I think. I bought it at Gen Con right when it came out. And then I started looking through it, especially on the way home from Gen Con. I'm like, this is incredibly cool. What the fuck am I going to do with this? Holy shit. And so I think our first Eclipse Phase game wasn't even until the first Eclipse Phase game that I posted, RPPR Glorious Fall. That was March 13th, 2011 when I posted it. So it was like 2011 sometime when I actually ran it. So like over a year passed between buying this book and actually running it. Well, not this book, but this is the second edition. But so it took me a while to sort of absorb it and sort of figure out what I was going to do with it. But then once I ran it, things started clicking and it started picking up. But like the reason I engaged with it wasn't because of the system, it was because of the setting. Like the Eclipse Phase is science fiction horror, which I like, but it's also a really cool take on sci-fi horror, and it does things that no RPG really was talking about, which was like the mind-body divide, for one thing. Like in Eclipse Phase, your brain is digitized and you can transfer it and copy it. You can put it in different bodies easily and you can copy it, and you can also edit your mind. It's a digital file, essentially. And so that has all kinds of implications, like cool ideas. Like I can just copy my mind and put it in a different body, and there's two of me. And like, oh God, there's two of me.
Okay,
yeah.
So can you think of a setting that you love, but the system is just the system makes it repellent? You just can't grasp it. Is it Continuum? Okay. I bet it's Continuum.
I mean, Continuum would count. But that's not because of the setting per se, just the concept, like the basic premise of time travel. Like the setting itself is weird, because it's like, oh yeah, the future's a perfect utopia, and if you fuck up too much, people from the future are gonna come and unfuck what you do. But your job is to kind of keep things running so that the future that it is currently happening will continue to happen. You're just cops, like you're time cops. Like
time narcs, time pigs.
Exactly. And in Eclipse Phase, like that's crazy. Like your secret agents who are fighting, doing kind of cop things, but you're like, no one else is gonna like prevent existential threats. Like everyone else is gonna fuck up, so we're the only people who can like do this. So Continuum would work. Let me look. There's some other RPGs. I know. I mean, there's RPGs I definitely like to try. I don't know if I would love them, but like I would definitely want to try. Oh, Warhammer Fantasy. I've never actually played it. And I've read it. I own like one edition of it, but like, and it's a really cool setting, but no one else in RPPR is even vaguely interested. Well, maybe vaguely, but like,
I'm interested in the Warhammer Fantasy for sure.
Yeah.
Just based on my time playing Vermintide, the computer game.
Oh yeah. Shadowrun. Well, I mean, but I've actually gotten to play Shadowrun. So Shadowrun's ridiculous. It's a fun setting, but the system is not great. Yeah, I wish the system for Shadowrun was a lot better. That is a good setting. So yeah, why don't we take a look at system? Just we can look at Apocalypse World Battletech. Oh, Battletech. I would like to try that, but it's a pretty crunchy system. Obviously, because giant robots blowing each other up. Geez, Lancer. I come to the
Yeah, you keep talking about this one.
Yeah, Lancer is an incredible system. Well, it's an incredible game idea for a game, but like the problem I have with Lancer that I realized is I probably will run like a one shot or two, but like I'm never going to do the campaign, even though I read let's see here. Yeah, okay. So Lancer, the problem with Lancer is, let me just get to a random page sort of in the middle of the PDF to showcase. It just gets so complex. Like, look, that's really cool art. This looks really cool, but look at all these and the thing is, the RPPR players, like Caleb would be willing to learn a game like this. No one, like, I mean, maybe you. I actually don't know enough about your RPG habits to know if you're willing to like really like. The thing is, it's a combat game, and you have to pay attention when it's not your turn, and you have to think about it. You have to like think about it the entire time. You have to pay attention, and like most RPPR players don't do that. Like they're like. Like they don't like, well, how can I synergize? How can I do that? Like I'm not saying they're checking their foes or whatever, but they're not like thinking like this is a tactical combat game and we have to optimize and we have to win and blah 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 blah. Like they're just, I'm gonna shoot the guy or I'm gonna do this. It seems like a good idea. It's like, okay. There is a person on YouTube, let's see, Dragon Kid 11 Lancer Battle. Let's see here. Yeah, the running mech. So again, I can't. This is could meet that. So, but like he does this YouTube series where he's talking about like all these things. And you can. He's using a virtual tabletop that has custom scripts to handle all the effects of all this shit, and it's just like, oh god, it's so complex. It looks cool, but I'll never get to fucking play at this level because like it's such a time commitment and it's such a focus commitment, which I think is more important than the thing. So it's a game to read. I'm actually thinking about finding like a more rules light mecha RPG that I could run in the Lancer setting because I really like the setting. Because it's like you just 3D print your mech. You level up by getting better licenses, so you're allowed to print better mechs. Then you can customize them. Very interesting. You're fighting for a utopian society. So it's like Star Trek with mecha. You're trying to, and the prime directive is to help societies, not let them do whatever they want. So
and they're going to do that by fighting the giant robots.
Yeah, they're fighting. Yeah, they fighting giant robots. So yeah,
all right.
Yeah, no, it's cool. So Lancer's definitely one I would categorize in that way. Warhammer Fantasy is another one. Let's take a look. Cyberpunk we played famously on RPPR. D&D no. Done lots of Fate, Forged in the Dark. Modifius, I need to try it, but nothing about it really grabs me one way or the other. Like they do licensed RPGs basically, Doom, Conan, Fallout.
I've never heard of this one.
Yeah, it's only come up in the last couple of years, and
I guess the big attractor is it only uses 2 dice.
Yeah, I know we looked at one of the Auction Cthulhu, which is like their one original setting, which is again World War II Cthulhu, which is like, okay, I did say this is like the monkey paws wish, right? It's like no 1920s Cthulhu, and then it's like, it's World War II Cthulhu. Like, fuck. Star Trek, it's just like the license settings. The only one I'd vaguely want to try is Fallout, and I would be such a weird take on Fallout that I wouldn't. But yeah, none of my, if Burke ran Star Trek, I'd play that. But like, yeah, that it doesn't. It's like it's there. It doesn't really. It's not bad, and I want to try it at some point. OSR games I've done a ton of. Pathfinder, no. Savage Worlds I've played. Shadowrun I played. I played Storyteller. Let's see.
That's the White Wolf system, isn't it?
Yep, that is the White Wolf system. I probably should play the new Hunter and Vampire at some point. I haven't played the newest editions of Storyteller, but it's like
I've always wanted to play a game of Mage the Ascension.
Oh yeah, Mage.
The stories I've heard of games running that just fascinate me.
Yeah, I played a campaign of Mage before I did RPPR, so like 2005, 6, something like that. And it was great, but like not perfect. The GM, he was okay, but he like spent too long on one player, so he'd just be waiting for like an hour to do something because he was doing entirely one thing with one player. And Mage is really interesting, but God, yeah, I don't know if I could. I don't want to. It would be too much work to run as a one shot, and I don't want to do a campaign of Mage. So it's kind of like if someone else ran it, I would play, but I don't want to run it. I'm lazy. We talked about Mage Ascension during what the heck. I always forget which one is which. Mage Ascension is the old one. Mage the Awakening is the Chronicles of Darkness. Yeah. See, like I just got burned out on White Wolf stuff so long ago that I kind of Mage Ascension, UK bedtime. Thanks for coming by, Patchwork. We'll talk to you later. And so Traveler, we're actually going to be covering this in Ludo Narrative Dissidence. Traveler is like old school sci-fi, like you have faster than light spaceships, but you don't like have, brain implant, or you might have like one or two implants, but so more like old, like golden age sci-fi stuff, like Asimov kind of stuff, not like Eclipse Phase, which is more, well, everything's a computer now and everything is nanotechnology and everything fucking sucks.
More Neil Stephenson than Isaac Asimov, let's say.
Yeah, like I told you about the mind-body divide in Eclipse Phase. They also have like technology to simulate, so you can be put in a simulation, not realize you're in a simulation, and that kind of thing. So they can matrix you too in Eclipse Phase.
Man, that's it. That's it. The Matrix movies are secretly Eclipse Phase movies.
I mean, they could be
fucking wild.
Like, yeah. And the thing about Eclipse Phase is like everyone's immortal technically. Like you back up your brain. You back up, well, not your brain, but your mind. Like everyone has backup of your mind digital files called an ego. So you have ego backups. And so if you blow up, you explode in space and they can't retrieve, and normally your ego is kept in an armored hard drive in your head. And if they can retrieve the armored hard drive from your, dead body, like you get shot up in a space station, they can like plug you into a new body and you remember dying, but you're like, well, I got a new body. But like, if you explode in space and they can't retrieve your hard drive, then they can just restore you from backup. And that gives you all kinds of cool stuff. Well, I mean, that's also like, oh God, I don't know how I died. Am I the real person or not? Or am I a copy? And
oh man, yeah, there could be like a huge gap between the last time you copied and when you get blown up in space, like 50 years.
Yeah.
And so for you, it would be effectively like time travel.
Mm-hmm. Also, that's how they actually do space travel. Is they just beam you. They just beam your digital data to a distant space station, and they load you into a new body there. And that's how that works. Instead of like physically sending you in a body across space, because they don't have FTL travel, but they did find alien space gates that lets them do Stargate stuff. But like, so there is some like, aliens did it, sci-fi bullshit, but like Eclipse Phase explores a lot of sci-fi ideas that like pretty much there's basically every sci-fi RPG which is more like Traveler, and then there's Eclipse Phase. No other game really does all the stuff that Eclipse Phase does in terms of like, oh yeah, you can just back yourself up. People can hack and steal your ego, your that file, and they can read it, and then they can replace your ego with their hacked version. And so yeah, let's see, search systems. They got so many. Champions Heroes, that's a game that is ridiculously complex superhero system. So I do not want to play that. Cortex is kind of like a generic system. Let's see, D100s, lots of D100s. There's Deadlands. Deadlands is still around. Drama System. That's another system I'd like to actually play, but it's not a very complex system. But wow, it's not even the. So the Drama System is meant to emulate prestige television.
Okay.
And so let's see. Hill focus the original implementation. There's the write-up of it.
Does the system inherently help the player build that kind of depth?
Yeah, it's like you have scenes like all the scenes are like relational to each other. So like it's like, think of scenes in a TV show, characters meet and they talk or they do things, there's action. So the The drama takes the basic structure of interpersonal conflict underlying fiction, movies, and television, brings it to the world of roleplay. And so everyone would be basically role-playing scenes with each other, and that's the entire thing. It's just one of those, and I've had, and it's been out for years. I've just never gotten around to actually running it, so or playing it. Let's see here. Why is the air deleting my arm? Oh yeah, and Eclipse Phase nanotechnology. Nanoswarms are invisible to the naked eye, so tiny.
That's the term nano.
Yeah, and they just disassemble things, so they can just eat you. The air can eat you. Psychosurgery is what's called editing an ego file. So, make you a Manchurian candidate. When you say banana phone, you start killing everyone around you. Or, psychosurgery is player skill. So, business lunch with a lizard wizard. Yeah. So, Drama System's another game I'd love to try out at some point, but it's not, there's no implied setting, so you'd have to make it that. So that's actually a universal system that works, because it's all about the drama. Let's see, rule system. Let's keep going on. Gumshoe, which we've done tons of, that's an investigative thing. Genesis, it's supposed to be kind of, again, a universal system, lots of different implementations. Legends of the Five Ring, I played like 1 or 2 games of, and I was like, okay, I get it. You like samurai movies. It's not great. Monster of the Week is a great game. Morgborg, I think I will be playing this sooner or later. That's a D&D deconstruction OSR kind of game. It's very cool. It looks very cool. Like, I haven't actually played it yet. Paranoia, I'd like to actually get to play it. Paranoia is like a comedic sci-fi, but I just don't want to run it because I don't want to learn the system. It's like you're all clones in this underground bunker controlled by an insane AI, and so you're constantly blowing up each other and betraying each other, and it's very ridiculous. Let's see. I feel like there's more. Here's your engine. I've definitely done that as well. On armies, Twilight. I'd like to play more Twilight 2000. There's a new edition of it.
What is Twilight 2000? What setting is that?
Initially? That World War III, but like people live. Like, so you're like soldiers who are in the aftermath of World War III. So it's like retro apocalyptic. The game is set in the year 2000, devastated by war, in an alternate timeline where the Soviet Union never collapsed. So it's Mad Max and like fighting. It's very gritty. It's supposed to be like a very tactical, like combat game. See, like playing Swedish partisans trying to organize resistance against invading Soviet forces. It's not, and the new edition isn't as like crunchy as the previous one. So that's, so it is, cheerful. I've read different pieces on the editions of Paranoia. I'm not sure the rules are very important, except perhaps Fate of Moxie will for screwing over the other players. Oh, yeah. Head of the KGB is running the show. Too close to home for my taste. That's fair. Former head. That's fair. Yeah. So, I mean, like gritty rules, gritty combat focused games or something I would like to try. I would love like a tactical like combat game, like with interesting, not too complex that I can't teach other players, but also not so simple that it's not just rolling dice.
Sure.
And that's sort of like there's not a lot of systems either go that one way or the other, right? Either they're very, very simple or they're very, very, very complex, and they don't really.
So what is the most satisfying combat you've played in a TTRPG? Where you're like, boy, I wish I could take this and put this in a different setting.
Yeah. I know one of the most satisfying battles I ever ran was in Wild Talents, which is Wild Talents is a superhero RPG that is the one roll engine. And it was part of RPPR, the Heroes of New Arcadia, which was our first superhero RPG and gave me the idea for Base Raiders. And basically, I did it sort of like story arcs. And in the first story arc, players find out about a group of supervillains and they're trying to stop them. And they find this abandoned superhero base and they start like, and the villains are there too. And so it's a group of player characters and all the allies they've gathered up so far fighting a group of supervillains and all of their allies. And so there's like 10 or 12 people on a side. And the way the one roll engine works is the slowest witted character declares their action first, and then the next slowest, and then the next slowest, and then the fastest witted character, the character with the highest wits, the quick thinking character, actually declares last. So they get to find out what everyone else is doing, then they get to act. And
I like that.
Yeah, but that's just declaring your action, because you have to say, am I going to attack? Am I going to defend? Because you don't get an automatic dodge. Like, you have to choose to dodge. And so if you think you're going to be attacked and you're slow-witted, you might dodge and no one's actually winds up attacking you. So you waste your turn, and that's by design. But then the next thing, the really clever part, is it's the one roll engine. You roll one pool of d10s for everything for a given action. So it determines if you hit, where you hit, and how much damage you do. And it also determines how fast it is, like what its initiative is. So basically you roll your pool of d10s, and then the highest width action goes first. The one with the most, like, you're rolling d10s and looking for matches. And so the number of matches, so if you roll like 4 2s, that's width 4, height 2. Height is the precision, width is like raw power and speed. So it would be 4 damage to hit location 2, right? But like with 4 actions go before with 3 actions go before with 2 actions. With 2 are the slowest actions because you need at least a match. If you don't get if none of your dice matched, you don't, everything misses. You don't do anything. So it was really satisfying because everyone had a lot of abilities, and Caleb was sort of like the battle leader. He's like, you do this. And then of course one of the players immediately is like, I fly up. Is like, out of the, and Caleb's like, why did you do that? We had a force field down on the ground. Like, so it took like 30 or 40 minutes to like do one turn. Like, we had to do 2 sessions of it. It took like 4 hours to get through this fight, but everything mattered and it was all tense. And like, I really love that. And the problem is the one roll engine, I've done a lot of, and it is very slow. Especially fighting is a little, it's really good, but it was also really slow. And even a regular fight, it's declaring and then rolling is kind of like a thing that's hard for people to do. What the fuck is Titan effect? And Titan effect RPG. Tactical espionage and sci-fi RPG. That's not very espionage of you.
No, I can see him. He's not doing a good job.
Yeah, exactly. he's also just causing all this shit.
Snake.
Yeah, it's also causing shit at a furry convention. Like, why are you attacking the furries?
Yeah, it took him a long time to make that suit, dude. That's very well done. All right, that's craftsmanship. Exactly. You can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. This is Yakuza 10 or something. Damn, Kiryu looks fine.
Yep. So I like that, but like, yeah, I want something a little easier to run, in the sense that like you just like, I'm gonna do this and I roll and see what happens, like, because that's just also easier to do in person. Like, I don't run many one roll engine games online because it's such a pain to do combat. Because it takes like everyone declares, everyone rolls, and then the GM spend like 5-10 minutes like figuring out what the fuck actually happens. Let me
ask you this.
Yeah.
when they make so many of these dissatisfying fight engines, how is it that these books make it to market? Because you can't be the only one that feels that way. And with your breadth of knowledge, you're not saying it lightly.
Well, I don't say it's dissatisfying. It's just like not exactly what I'm looking for. I guess I'm very particular. I mean, RPGs like playtesting doesn't matter a whole lot because people don't buy game. Like a lot of people buy games before they know what the rules are. Most of the time, they buy it because of the hook and the art. Like they buy because oh shit, cyberpunk. Oh shit, this cover looks cool. I like that. Yeah, and like then they find out what it works, what it looks like, or how it actually plays, or they know about it beforehand. And so yeah, let's see here. So yeah, I think an RPG playtesting and editing in general is very like underserved because it doesn't matter as much to RPG. Let's face it, a lot of RPG customers don't play their games. They read them and put them on the shelf. And because it's a pretty art book, and you want to play it, but you don't because there's other games to play. And like one RPG, like it takes forever to play through. Like I Blaze in the Dark, I bought like in 2017, and then I didn't run it until 2020, and then we ran it for like 16 or 17 sessions, and so that's 50-60 hours, not counting prep. Yeah, and that was like one game, so that was a huge amount of time to really experience it, and I didn't even experience it all. So oh no, but look, Warframe's come to the tabletop, I think. Gee. Oh, it's a comic. Never mind. It's not an RPG. That would be funny, but yeah. I think that's the main thing right now. At least there's a big discussion about this right now because on like playtesting and editing. I think in general, how would a Warframe RPG even work? I don't know. Do you even?
Well, you got to play it every day with your friends. You got to do your fucking dailies. It's just a big loot table. It's the 50% of the book is a loot table. There you are.
Just a bunch of random loot things.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that. I actually did have an idea for doing an RPG that was just in like a list of magic items, a list of items you could buy, and that was it. Like literally, there's no rules, just like 500 items. And yeah, that would be cool. I'm just looking around now. So, but yeah, I mean, there's a ton of RPGs I do want to play. I do want to try out, but like, it just takes so long just to experience one game. Like, it takes like hours to read it, come up with something, and then you schedule it, and that's like that week of gaming, at least for me. So, like,
did you ever take a deeper look at that Wizards RPG that I had found given to you? It's a soft cover book based on the Ralph Bakshi cartoon.
Oh, Wizards, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that has like a unique system or if it was licensed or
yeah, just to show what you were talking about. Wizards RPG Bakshi. There you go. I looked at it, and it's like sort of on the list of things. Let's see here. That is
probably not a real high time. I mean, this is certainly the maybe not forgotten material, but ancillary.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of these weird. Oh, here it is. Game review. There it is. Yeah, here it is. It's based on the obscure movie Wizards from the animator Ralph Bakshi, which is famous for the wizard with a handgun. An embarrassment of riches things like. Yeah, that's true. Like there's just so many things out there. Yeah, Delta Green Combat is good because like because it's so fast and deadly, which is also fun. And the whole point of Delta Green is that if you're fighting things, you fucked up in some way probably, or it's just a really bad situation. I forgot if it is a full RPG. Or if it was just meant to be like a set. I guess it is a full RPG. Yeah, there's character generation. So yeah, I'll have to dig it up, and I'll actually have to do it at some point because yeah.
Watch the movie, get in the mood.
Everyone
has Brooklyn accents in this film.
Yeah, it's not the most, but it's not the most inappropriate, or like the weirdest licensed RPG thing I've seen.
What would that be?
I found a machine gun now casts 2d6 bullets per round. It's a pretty good spell. Like that's my favorite, the muscle wizard. Sorry, I'm trying to find. Yeah, here. This is my favorite type of wizard. Oh yeah, you think you're man enough to face me, the wizard? Color spray, magic missile, fear my arcane might. Like basically same vibe. All right, I'll let you guess first. It's a movie license.
Movie license, okay.
You can ask me 3 questions before you guess about.
Is this movie was this movie released in the 90s?
Let me put up let me double check. I think.
Okay, I'm gonna turn away from the screen. All right, I'm not looking.
No, I'm putting up on a different branch.
Okay.
Right. Yes, it was released in the 90s. Oh no, it was released actually March 3, 2000. So
okay, well that changes my time window significantly.
But it was some things listed as 1999, some listed as 2000.
2000s movie license.
Mm-hmm.
Really bad. Is it okay? Is it based on one of the very early Marvel movies like Ghost Rider or something like that?
Nope. Okay. I'll say this: it's not a comic book thing at all.
Not a comic book thing at all.
Not a superhero thing. Yeah.
Not a superhero thing. Early movie license.
The movie was released in 1999 or 2000, depending on how you want to count it.
Is it based on Deep Impact?
No, it is not based on Deep Impact. It is not one we watch in Discord. I want you to. There is a RPG for Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai, which is a 2000 Jim Jarmusch movie. Boy, that is a really small title.
This guy's in the Wu-Tang Clan, isn't he? That's like Ghostface Killer, isn't it?
No, that's Forrest Whitaker.
That's Forrest Whitaker. Shit, no.
Yeah. So, yeah. He is a hitman in the city who lives by the way of the samurai, and it is uses the tri-stat system, which is also noticeably used for the anime RPG Big Eyes Small Mouth. And so they just use that system and sat out all the characters in the film. You can play Ghost Dog, but it's also like Ghost Dog is in the movie. I don't know if you've seen the movie. He's a loner. He doesn't even have a crew of people, so you'd have to be like one player and one GM. Like that's how you do it.
Okay, so like, have you read have you tried to run this thing or?
No, of course not. We talked about it in After Hours for one of the episodes, I believe. But like, complete with the film. The RPG has a filmography of Jarmusch, and yeah, so they actually kind of take it seriously. It's just like, why would you do this? It's an art film about a meditation on violence and like living to an anachronistic code. Like, it's a good movie. It's just not. It's why would you do that? But
I have not watched Ghost Dog, so you recommend it?
Oh yeah, Ghost Dog is a great movie.
I've never seen this. Like, they always had this like displayed in the video store to go rent games from.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like, presented as like, oh, this badass assassin who lives by the code of the samurai, but it's like a Jim Jarmusch movie, which means very meditative and more about reflection. It's a character study of this dude who,
like Samurai or Ronin, is is he masterless in this movie?
Yeah, no, I mean he lives in the modern world. He like takes hit contracts from the mob.
Yeah,
but he just personally lives like a samurai. He just read up on the code of the samurai. Like that's how I live.
All right.
Yeah. And Jim Jarmusch is the guy who did like Coffee and Cigarettes.
Yeah, boy, I hadn't thought of that movie in a while.
Yeah. Like he does like movies about just kind of cool hipster movies. Like it's a very good RPG. Yeah, it is the best RPG ever. It's very good. Bats. So running up would be, of course, off the top of my head, I think Tank Girl RPG, which makes more sense. But Yeah. They have a Tank Girl RPG based on the movie. Remember the movie?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So they did that. And yeah. So those are the top two. I'm sure there's others, but
was it Ice-T or Ice Cube that was the kangaroo in that movie? The mutant kangaroo.
I don't remember. It's been forever. Tank Girl movie. Ice-T.
Ice-T.
Oh,
And Malcolm McFucking-Dowell was in that movie. Holy shit.
Yeah. The world is 2029. Oh no, it's coming up. Tank Girl coming at us. Oh yeah, the Master Deck RPG. So yeah, the Master Deck RPG was kind of this whole let's see. Where is Master? Okay, maybe it's they had a couple of things. They did I think they also did a couple different dumb licenses for Master Deck. I can't find it. I don't want to look it up.
Master
right
Deck. Are these like the card sleeve people?
Let's see here. There it is. Yeah, in the Master Book system. Okay, it's a generic role playing Master Deck were cards for the Master Book RPG system. From West End Games. West End Games did the first Star Wars RPG, and then Torg. And let's see here. Oh, the World of Indiana Jones. Oh yeah, the World of Tank Girl, the World of Species. There we go. The World of Necroscope and Tales of the Crypt. Yeah, so they just bought any kind of license they get their hands on.
Man, I want this to be good. It seems like a neat idea.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, Western Games, no longer exists. Like the company fell apart, like because they made really bad decisions. Like I don't know, spending money on licensing Tank Girl. Yeah. Arden. What is fucking Arden? Well, whatever. So yeah, the World of Species. Yeah, they took the movie and they made an RPG on it.
Weird, sexy alien movie.
Yeah. I mean that makes more sense because there's at least a whole crew of characters hunting the alien in that, including a fucking psychic in the first movie. I remember that.
A Tales of the Crypt RPG would be really fun.
Yeah,
that could somehow do a Monster of the Week thing with that setting or that tone.
Yeah, I mean the tone you could get, but like Tales of the Crypt is like it's an anthology horror thing, and then every episode is usually about someone meeting a horrible fate at the end. Like
that's deservedly so.
Yeah, deservedly so, right? Like that's the whole thing. And so like how would you do that as an RPG? Because that would just be like, and then your characters die horribly because they were assholes.
Yeah, I mean, the appeal of a tabletop RPG is persistence. It's hard for me to think of any sort of setting that has the sort of drive a Tales of the Crypt show a movie does. Recurring characters is just something I would never think of in the Tales of the Crypt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I know there is a RPG that tries to do that. Actually, now that I think about it, stories. Yeah, Stories from the Grave was trying to go with this, and I think I did actually run it, and it was like, because it was very short. The problem is, Stories from the Grave is a role-playing game that emulates anthology-style horror comics, TV shows, and movies, powered by the Intention System, blah, 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 which has been extensively altered so it accommodates the playstyle necessary to bring the source material to dripping, oozing, gore-soaked unlife. Makes it possible to play out, several short stories in a single setting, with each one feeling exactly like the kind of tale spun in the comics of the stories of the genre. So it's a heavily modified thing. Character creation in simple matter takes 15 minutes or less. Players rewarded more for making the story more entertaining than for staying alive. Players can acquire help from a communal pool of grave tokens. So I think I ran this for RPPR, but I don't remember it that well. So I guess I maybe should give it another try. Because I think I did a gimmicky thing with like Neil Breen stuff or something. Yeah. But yeah, that would be hard to do, and I don't know why Masterbook would do that as an RPG. But yeah, those are some of the weird licenses from RPGs. But yeah, RPGs, they're weird. But yeah, anyways, I kind of do want to shift gears for a moment because you mentioned a few video game things. Because I just want to look at myself because so Game Pass is a thing Chris and I both have subscriptions for. It's like Netflix, but for video games, and new games come and go all the time. And Metal Hellsinger, new Assassin's Creed, Immortality is an indie game. Obsessing over a trio of beautifully acted movies, huh? That's interesting. I'll have to check that. Have you checked that one out?
I think is that an FMV game? I gotta check.
It says it's an FMV video game.
Ah, yeah.
Huh.
I don't have a problem with FMV games, but I gotta play them with people. I can't play them alone because I just don't take them seriously.
That's fair. Let's see here. Deathloop is coming there, and then you mentioned this one, Fuga Melodies of Steel. Which, so
it's
tell us about this. Yeah.
You can see it has a very lush, storybook kind of art style here. Looks terrific. Plays in 2D. Basically, it's this: you are in control of a group of 6 children who are running away who are the village is attacked by the Burmans, by the Burman army. That's real. And you run into the cave and you find like this just giant tank, and no one's ever seen a big metal beast this huge before, and the children are guided there by a voice on a radio. They have a radio. It's a woman that's like, that she leads them to the cave. She gets them into the tank, and then she starts the tank with like controls or something. But you can see right here, there are life sim portions. You talk to your comrades and you upgrade your tank, and of course they fight better in battle. That kind of like thing. The interesting sell point to me is that you could reach points in this game, if you're doing real bad in a big boss battle and you haven't saved for a while, that kind of like thing. The game will allow you to use what's called the soul cannon, and you could decide to sacrifice one of the 6 children warriors to, do a whole lot of damage, beat the boss, but that kid is dead for the rest of the game. And so the idea, I think the idea is to get to the beginning, to the end without sacrificing anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, the soul cannon right there.
Oh, no.
Hit you with the purple stuff.
Oh, no, not the purple stuff.
You'll be feeling grape.
No.
But, yeah, very, kind of a romantic look at, this era. It is clearly based on World War II, much like the Valkyrie game is.
What are you talking about? These Burmans sound very original. I'm not.
Would it surprise you to know that they all look like German shepherds?
What?
Yeah, the Burman soldiers. They're cannon fodder. Oh, yeah, no. The Doberman pinchers, big pointy ears.
Oh no. Oh man. So you've been playing this?
Yeah, I sat down, played it for about an hour and a half yesterday. Got familiar with the systems, the interaction stuff like that, and I kind of do want to see where the story goes. But I really want to see like how seriously this game takes death, because if you fail in battle, you could reload. But where you reload matters, because there are parts of the game called intermissions, and that's where you're actually walking around inside the tank. So like, you can't just go inside your tank anytime. That's like a special portion of the level. And you only have so many action points while you're walking around the tank, and every action takes points. So cooking takes points, fishing for junk takes points, talking to people takes points. So like, where in the start you only have like 20 points, so you're like, okay, I want to build my relationship with these characters, because you unlock special attacks in battle to use the more they like you. So you make those kinds of decisions too. I think it's very light tactically. I'm probably making it sound deeper than it actually is, but it uses big numbers, very simple stats.
Yeah. So is there a penalty for reloading? Is it like a rogue kind of thing, or like
no, I don't think there's like a penalty or anything. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you can just like if you fuck up a battle, just start over. And
that's how I've seen it. Yeah.
Can you grind to max out shit before you go to story battles or whatever? Or is it
No,
like...
that's the other thing. Much like the tank itself, you're kind of on a the game is always moving forward, so you can't like do laps to like get stronger. So certain battles, I can see like in deep in the game, you're like, oh, I have to make sure this kid kills this enemy to get the max XP because they're about to level up and learn a new super attack or whatever. It can get to that point. Tactically, so like there are 3 slots that you attack from, and then there are like 3 backups. And depending who's in the front is the one manning the cannon on the tank, and so like they get to use their attacks and whatever. And whoever's behind them, depending on their relationship level, gives them a buff. So if you're really good friends with like the girl, you'll heal 20% more, something like that. If you're good friends with her, that sort of like thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this seems complex, but like the game does a very good job walking you through all this. The concepts are very simple, and it doesn't just dump it all on top of you at the same time. It's a very gentle, kind of dramatic easing into the system. It's take a look at it. I like it.
Yeah. I definitely will because I have Game Pass, so I can just play it. I've actually played Despot's game, so that's an interesting
Despot's game.
Yeah. So Despot game is an auto battler. So the idea is you start with 5 humans and you go through a dungeon, and you get to choose. Yeah, you can give them different things to give them different classes, basically. And then you can sort of set up their formation. But then when you start the fight, the humans everything fights on its own. Like you don't really have too much, and you also have to get a certain amount of food, otherwise the humans will starve. And you can choose to like sacrifice humans or literally feed them to your other people. You get resources to buy better items and recruit more humans, and you just try and make your way through the bottom of the dungeon, and see fighting weirder and weirder monsters. But
are these like 2 players fighting each other?
No, this is human versus an AI.
Okay.
Auto battler. So like you don't have to micromanage the battle. It's just you make the resource decisions and that's it. So yeah, that's a fun game. But yeah, I got that review copy of that a while ago and checked it out. Let's see, amazing cultivator. I just want to get this game called You Suck at Parking.
Yeah, I've got that installed. Haven't turned it on yet.
Yeah, I'll have to try that out.
There's something on here called Amazing Cultivation Simulator that the art style I find to be very attractive. Very clearly made by a Chinese studio.
Yeah, I would say that.
And I don't know how hands-on this is. It says simulator right there. So like I don't know how close. I don't know if it's closer to Harvest Moon or closer to Populous.
Yeah, fuck you, Stardew Valley. Yeah, I guess it does look very good. Looks a bit too complex for me though. Like, ooh, you got the dragons and everything.
So it's coming down the pipeline. Persona 5's coming down the pipeline. Have you played Persona 5?
Yeah, I played about 10 or 12 hours of it on the PS4, and then I realized I hated the high school simulator.
It took me a while to like him. It took me a while to get past it too.
Yeah.
I ran up against the boss. I just couldn't get past though. That was about 40 hours in for me.
Yeah. So for me, what really did it was I realized like, there's all these points of no, or like these, like it's mutually exclusive. You just like, you have to make your choices in your your limited time outside of high school. And so unless I like read a ton of guides, I feel the problem with JRPGs a lot of times, I feel like if you don't read guides ahead of time, you could totally fuck yourself over. Like you get 2/3 in and then the game keeps getting harder and harder, right? But if you haven't been making the right choices, then you just fuck yourself over. Like you can't like, you didn't level up your friendship enough. That means you can't punch this dragon. And you can't punch this dragon hard enough. It's going to kill you. Like, so I feel like just a lot of JRPGs, you can get like, you put a significant amount of time in, like, halfway into the game or 2/3 in the game, and just hit a wall you can't get past because you didn't optimize well enough, and all your characters suck, your party sucks, and you're stuck. And I'm like, I don't want to be put in a situation like that. I want it to be like, have to start all over, and do all the same shit again, but better, because I fucked up my first run. Like Darkest Dungeon, people say that about Darkest Dungeon, but Darkest Dungeon, your town is permanently upgraded. You can always get new characters and just walk. There's no time limit unless you're playing on extra hard mode or whatever.
Yeah,
so it's like looks similar to RimWorld. The cultivating. Yeah, I guess RimWorld does look like the closest thing, because Stardew Valley is not nearly as complex as that was looking to be. It did look more like that. A lot of games are leaving that. But yeah, I just beat so now Proteus. Ooh, that's finally coming out. I'm gonna try that. Proteus is a FPS. Hard, like I love me some retro FPS is basically what you're learning today. And
yeah, so this is on early access on the Game Pass. You can install Play This now if you were interested.
Yeah. That's why it just came there like a couple days ago. So like it just said September 23rd, and so that was like,
boy, this has come a long way.
Yeah, this looks pretty neat.
Ooh, holy smokes!
Ooh, deathmatch. Captured the flag. Yay!
Man, I can do it.
I wonder if the single player campaign is complete. Oh no, so many maps. Damn. Yeah. So this just looks fucking great. Yeah. I just like shoot gun at Monster.
Okay, I'm gonna try that again. I think I played it tried it well over a year ago, and it was very rough.
Yeah. So I just saw this thumbnail on DrivethruRPG, Artifices, Deceptions, and Dilemmas, and it just looks cool. I like a good isometric map, don't you?
Oh yeah, I love that kind of penciled in detail. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, also just the perspective. I just love this. I'm just like, it looks good.
Computer can't make that.
Well, not yet. Give it time. 100 illustrations and escalating threats.
What's with this monkey face on the sides? Like scroll down, the black and white picture of the monkey face. This thing.
That's their publisher logo for Hack and Slash Publishing.
All right.
We'll take a look.
Excellent choice.
Looks like they have a lot of stuff they put out, but let's take a look at the preview. 38 pages. Oh no, the unicorn. Oh no, Sparkles. He's killing characters easily. Yay. No, random tables. Rooms of general function. Amphitheater. Okay. Antechamber. Oh, this is literally describing what these types of rooms are. Like, if you don't know what these words mean, then this is a good place. Yeah.
Assemblage.
If you don't know what an aviary is,
Banquet.
Yeah. Bathroom. This is actually pretty neat. I like this. Like, this is what these rooms are.
It's the bestiary. It's just the best.
It is. That's exactly what it means. Yeah. Well, I see a chantry, a place for singing or chanting, perhaps. Oh.
It's like the pantry. You keep your chants in there.
Mm-hmm. Closet. Oh yeah.
Cisterns a turlet.
It's literally not. It's supposed to like. I mean, it's supposed to be like it's supposed to be like for water, like not sewage. Like, there's a difference. You get that, right?
I appreciate you correcting me.
Don't shit in the cistern.
Don't shit in the cistern. Folks, if you walk away from this incredible stream with one new piece of information, it's not please shit in any cisterns.
Please don't. Like, if you're under siege in a castle with me, you better not shit in our cistern. That's where our drinking water is. We need that water.
Cistern shitter.
Yeah.
Sister Shitter Bob.
The shit turn chapel. Yeah, I don't know. Let's try and go with the Sistine Chapel kind of thing. A confessional, conjuring room. All right. Well, you conjure things in it. That makes sense. Courtroom, crematorium.
He got a fisheye lens, and by God, he's going to use it.
Yay. Ooh, a dolem. I didn't know what a dolem was.
Just a cyst. Interesting. Yeah. I guess, yeah. I mean, like, is cyst like an old word for like hole in the ground or grave?
I guess so. Yeah.
That has entertaining implications for cyst on your face or something like that.
Yeah.
Neat. We're learning, folks.
We are. I might actually get this PDF. This is pretty fun. Divination chamber.
Divination.
Yeah, gotta get high and see the future. Dressing room. Embalming. Well, I bet you embalm things in the embalming chamber.
Set up a pool table in the embalming chamber.
Mm-hmm. Game room. Garage.
Garage.
Hey, look, it's an apparatus of Kowalsh. One of my favorite magic items. Do you know what that is in D&D?
No, I don't.
The apparatus of Kowalsh it looks like a barrel. And when you pull a lever on it, it turns into like a mechanical like steampunk kind of like underwater, like walking, not like submarine, like it walks along the bottom of the water, but it looks like a crab. Like it's
cool.
Yeah. All right. It's one of the dumbest things, and I love it so much. Look at this. It's just...
Oh, yeah. Snip, snip.
Snip, snip. Exactly. Like, this is like the kind of magic items I like in D&D. The ones that aren't like, oh, I just kill things better. It's like, here's this goofy-ass thing is now your adventure. Like, it is now your hook for adventure. It is... well, that's boring. Garage, Gallet, Great Hall, Guard Room, Gymnasium, Hall, Harem. Oh no, Inscription Chamber. Oh, people have written on the wall.
Got here to inscribe.
Yeah, huh? No.
Interrogation.
Laboratory, lair, larder, library, lounge, map room, mass grave. Well, all right, fair. It's 162 pages.
Man, I can't wait to install my mass grave in my house. Let me tell you, it's going to really spruce the place up.
Yeah, exactly. But I like this idea that it's like actually, informative. It's like, this is what this kind of shit looks like. I kind of wish it was in this art style though. Although the art style they had was pretty good. But
very cute book.
Very cute book. Let's see. This looks like they do a whole series of these downtime and demensas. Downtime procedures. Oh boy, don't you love having downtime procedures?
Yeah, make me simulate slipping at the end, please.
Mm-hmm.
Hand me that giant die.
Navigating city. Orgies Incorporated. Okay. All right.
Rumors. All right. Spreading shit is a relaxing thing to do, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Rotomatod.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
I think it's a very fancy word for walking. Like.
Okay, yeah, fair. Let's see. Assassination. Well, yeah, hiring people, hiring assassins. Strange pet stores. Construction influence. Rumors. That's goblins. Crows.
Okay. The actual definition of rotomatod is boasting, inflated talk, or behavior.
That's always fun to do.
Yes.
I like boasting about how humble I am. I'm the most humble motherfucker you will ever meet. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not quite as entertaining as the other one, but still, I can imagine for some. Yeah. We're I can look at my hand. Oh no.
Hey. What an interesting two-headed ogre.
Yep. Let's take a look. So, actually, the question for you: does this style of RPG of just like D&D, like dungeon crawling thing, appeal to you?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I can absolutely put on the role of a dungeon delver at any time. I haven't reached fatigue.
Okay, I mean that's fair. You haven't like played as much D&D as I have, for example. Yeah,
I don't play tabletop RPGs enough to develop contempt.
Yeah. But what kind of tabletop RPG would you be most interested in?
Oh gosh, to tell you, the wilder the setting, the deeper the idea, the wilder the setting, the more interested I am in it.
Okay.
Like you can go really esoteric. I mean, I would love to play Continuum, but I've read this. I've read the warning signs. It's just probably not possible or even advised.
Look, I'll let you borrow my copy. You can take be like the fourth or fifth friend that'd be like, let me borrow it. I can read. I want to see. I think I can run this.
I'm not taking that dare. I know better men than me have failed.
Oh yeah, right now it's Baz, Thad. I think Maddie gave it a shot too, and now yeah.
There was an RPG that you had. I think you had bought it for me, and it's post-apocalyptic, but it involves mutants, like small mutated like snack foods and weird little dudes, and it had like really granular, nicely drawn art. These.
Yeah.
Was it called Weird World, or something?
Yeah,
World?
it was like Savage World Systems.
Boy, I wish I knew where I put that book. I haven't seen it in years, but that setting always appealed to me.
Maybe Oddworld? Not Oddworld. That's let's see here. Cthulhu, Realms of Cthulhu. I'm pretty sure it's the Savage World system. I know the one you're talking about. It was really like lots of fungal and weird plants and stuff like that. Yeah. Because you like the art style. I remember that. That's why I got it for you. Fuck. I know if I could think of the title, it would be on here on DrivethruRPG. Yeah. Let's see. Just Google weird Savage World settings.
I mean, you're enamored so much with Eclipse Phase, and the ideas you're describing. That is a game I would love to play. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Low Life, I think it is.
Low Life, yes.
Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, I could definitely run. It's been a while since I've run like a one shot of Eclipse Phase. I definitely run a weird premise of here it is. Yeah, Low Life is very cool. Oh man, they don't. Let's see. Yeah, it's very cool art. I wish they had the cover blown up larger so you could see it.
Yeah, I love this. Just everything is fucked up. No one's the same.
Yeah. That would be a game I would definitely not want to run, but I would definitely play in. Yeah, I do like it. The premise of life takes place gazillions of years in the future. Every calamity that could possibly befall a planet has befallen our lowly Mother Oith. The vaunted human race is extinct, as are most of the creatures that once roamed the world. The dominant life forms are those evolved from ones that survived from the time of the flush, when all the bad stuff happened. Era known as After the Wipe, the Oith is populated by the descendants of the intrepid worm, the indestructible cockroach, the everlasting snack cake, and a host of other vile and bizarre entities. I'd definitely be a snack cake. I'd definitely be a Twinkie, the sentient Twinkie.
Not a moon pie.
Oh, penny whistles and moon pie. Yeah, something like that. I love that. Un-American Survival Guide. You'd like that.
Un-American Survival Guide?
Yeah, Un-American. So it's okay. So one thing I would like to do this is very much like a Gonzo post-apocalyptic campaign setting source book, but based on the articles of Carl and under Broken Sun. So this is like Thundar the Barbarian style apocalypse.
Ah, cool.
Rogue object from deep space hurled near Earth and struck the moon, ripping the very fabric of time and space. Mankind survives. Centuries later, new planets reborn. Strange new places of alien wonder and death. A world ruled by savagery, cruel sorcery, and twisted science. Now is the time for the mighty to rise up and take up their place in this perilous and untamed world. What do they bring? Yeah, so like an un-American, like a Thundar the Barbarian kind of thing. That would be fun. That would be fucking cool. I would love to do that. Just weird, like mix. I really like the idea of mixing, like Conan-esque, but like mixing science, post-apocalyptic
like
stuff.
Korgoth of Barbaria.
Yeah, Korgoth, Thundar, but mixing science and magic to where there's just dudes casting spells, and then there's like a mad scientist building shit, and like you could just any sci-fi or fantasy thing you can think of. They could find a genie, they could find a cloning machine, time travel, anything, and it fucking works. So boon pies do taste a bit dry, but they got marshmallow that makes it, and chocolate, so it's fine. So yeah, this is one I've had my on. You see, Mutant Crawl Classic is something I do have, and unfortunately, it kind of disappointed me. It's not quite there, but it's the same style. It's from the people who did Dungeon Crawl Classics, but it's
close
okay.
to the Wasteland.
Yeah. So, Mutants and Magic, and it has some good ideas in it, but it's not quite. Yeah, not quite there. So let's take a look at some of there. There are some people, I forgot what the flaws are in it, but like it was, I bought my copy and read through and I was like, maybe. So, but yeah, I'd love maybe just come up with some custom rules or something like that to do that style. Thundar. I just like Thundar because it's so weird.
You've seen Tigtone.
Oh yeah, Tigtone's great. Tigtone and Korgoth. Yeah.
I don't know if you can run a game in the Tigtone universe. It's just so goddamn manic. Still very much in the spirit of stuff like Korgoth.
I know you don't like universal RPGs, but I think Savage Worlds would be a good system for Thunder Mutant Crawl. I mean, yeah, it would be fine. Savage Worlds is fine. Like, I don't hate Savage Worlds. It's fine. It's fine. It's a 3 out of 5 for me. It's like an average RPG. It can get the job done. But I think like a special purpose system, like I'll have to look at this Un-American Survival Guide because I remember this looking at it. It's already gone. I just feel, I wonder. There's several RPGs in this vein. Mutant Crawl Classics, Un-American Survival Guide, but I feel like there's probably some others, and so I just need to figure out which is the best game to do Thundar, really. And just do that. See, the Un-American has a lot of cool stuff in it too. Another thing is just use Dungeon Crawl Classics and just add sci-fi stuff to it because who gives a shit? Dungeon Crawl Classics is a good rule set. I do like it, and Mutant Crawl Classics is similar, so I guess you can bring other stuff. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many other RPGs to run though. Yeah. Something to think about. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. So yeah, that would be one thing. Eclipse Phase, I'll definitely try and run a one shot at least with you. You get really weird with that, like with Eclipse Phase. Eclipse Phase can also do like Dead Space, survival body horror type stuff.
Yeah,
that's really cool. And yeah, but Eclipse Phase, like the ego mind body divide stuff is the most interesting to me because no other RPG is really. I mean.
Yeah,
probably are others, but like it like they really take all the ideas and like, well, if you can copy your minds and computing hacking is a thing, people are gonna illegally hack and download those egos. Well, there's soul traffickers, people who just secretly copy people's ego files and sell them on the black market. So and then you can edit them. So you could take a hacked version of a person, like say an engineer. You need a robot engineer. Well, just hack his memory so he thinks he's always worked for you and you saved his kid, and so he loves you. So this person's going to be loyal and work for so you have your own little slave who's just going to do what you want. So that's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's things like ego merging. So you can like, if you copy yourself and put yourself in a robot body, and you go and like, you do this one thing, I'll do this other thing. We'll meet back in an hour, and then we'll merge the files. So we both have the same memories. We'll be one person again. And you do that, and that's fine because that was only 1 hour of difference. And you have both memories. What if you had two radically different people and you just merged those two egos together? That would create a messed up person, wouldn't it? That's what I'm suggesting. Savage Worlds perfectly possibly balanced. Savage Worlds, but I think you could do sci-fi and both. Yeah, I think you could do it well, but like also like Fate. could do it well. The problem with Thunder would be trying to balance everything. Fate could do it well. Oh, look, a fast food thing. Oh no, you scary clown. Buddy O'Burger, the burger god of feasting, customer service, and cannibalism. Yeah,
that's a good Buddy O'Burger. Yeah, that goes out the tongue. Nice.
Yeah, good art. Look at that. Good face.
Yeah, give a 6-year-old nightmares. Absolutely.
Yay! The Clown Knight, a character class. Oh my god.
We should all strive to put a little portion of scary stories to tell in the dark in all our drawings.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, God. Hell yeah. I'm sorry, those are there. So yeah, I'd have to think about that. So yeah, Thunder, that'd be good. Eclipse Phase will do that. Any other things that sort of intrigue you for tabletop RPGs? Well, you mentioned Warhammer Fantasy. That's another one. Yeah.
Yeah, boy, I really want to be a witch hunter. Let me tell you, I want to be a witch hunter so fucking bad.
Oh.
But yeah, that. I'd love to see just how playable that Wizards game could be, if it is at all.
I'd have to dig out my copy. I'm sure it's around. I know it's around here somewhere. I just have to, go through my piles of RPGs.
I like high concept games, or games that are just really weird, or what do you call them? Heartbreakers, games that just really strive and just they never make their mark.
Yeah, fantasy heartbreakers are usually things like Cinnabar, which are just like, buddy, you just made so many mistakes. Could work if there's the wires flew everything into that cartoon lightsabers. If it feels just like the writers, lightsabers, magic tech, old tech, demons, but yeah, this goes on for exactly. That's what I'd want for that kind of Thunder type RPG. And I feel like that's possible. There's actually there's a whole subgenre, I think, of RPGs that try to capture that vibe. Not just the two we saw, but I think there's others. There's another one like, what's it called? Barbarians. It's like Barbarians and something. Lemuria, maybe? Barbarians of Lemuria, yeah. Yeah, this is an old one.
Oh, damn.
There's some more. Yeah,
just on a lark. Oh, shit. This is cool. Did you know the Street Fighter TTRPG is based on Vampire the Masquerade?
Oh, yeah. We talked about this on After Hours. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry for the old material.
No, it's fine. Yeah. So, God, I wish that you could buy it legitimately. I wish they did a new edition. So, the Street Fighter RPG, for those of you who are not aware, it uses the storyteller system, the old storyteller system.
That is nuts to me.
And I think Tom has some of the books. And so you see Blanca, physical stats all maxed out, which is ridiculous. Like, an elder vampire isn't that strong.
Well, damn it! Now you have to run a White Wolf game that has Vampire the Masquerade, but Blanca's there.
Okay, well that's our next After Hour. That's our next April Fool's game. Then is spoiler alert. Yeah.
Which one in the Street Fighter roster is the Malkavian? How many Malkavians are in the Street Fighter roster?
Okay. I'm only going to be Street Fighter 2 because I'm not. There's so many fucking Street Fighter characters now. All right, let's assign Street Fighter characters to
Vampire clans.
Yeah. Well, give me the actual thing. Here we go. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. Your Ryu is probably God. What's the most boring clan? Ventrue. Yeah, he's sticking them up. Well, I mean, yeah, he and M Bison are Ventrue. Okay, they're pretty. E Honda is a Japanese vampire. What do they call the Asian vampires in that? Because they're special. Asian vampires in World of Darkness. There's a special name for them. Kindred of the Hyujin. Yeah, so E Honda's that guy. Blanca, he'd be a Fomori, which are the Well, okay, we'll stick with vampires actually with this one. So Blanca's a Nosferatu because he's green skin. He's a mutant. Or no, he or a gangrel. Okay, all right. So he's a gangrel. He's the animal one. That would make sense too. Guile. The easy thing is to say
he's a soldier, so he follows the rules.
Yeah, he could be. Yeah.
There are 13 clans, and I only know the Malkavians.
Yeah, Kin's definitely a Bruja. Guile. Yeah, let's see. Guile's also probably I want to say Ventru, but no. Yeah, I'd say Ventru as well because he's just a boring ass dude. Let's see.
Dalcine would be a Malkavian, I say. No, not a Malkavian. Nosferatu.
No, Dalsim is actually a Shamise, which are the Sabbat vampires that have the flesh crafting discipline, which allows them to change their bodies. Yeah, let's see who the Malkavian is. I would say probably
Bison,
Vega, or let's see here. Cammy, isn't Cammy supposed to be mind controlled? She can be Malkavian
by M. Bison, yeah, or at least brainwashed. Yeah, I feel like Vega and Chun-Li would be in the same clan.
Yeah, then they're the who are the art ones? Who are the arty vampires? Ventru,
Asimite, Tremere, La Sombra, Followers are Set, Bruja, Toreador.
I mean, obviously, the fucking Vega has to be a Toreador because
Yeah.
They're
the artsy fartsies.
Yeah, they're artsy fartsies. So yeah, and Chun-Li and Toreador is one of their aspects is or abilities is celerity, which is speed. So that's that. Zangief, also a gangrel because big bear guy, big wilderness outdoor guy, strong.
He doing big of vampire stuff.
He do big them. What are the original vampire clans? Clans. All right. Oh my god. These are the not the ones I want. Bloodlines. Bruja, Gangrel, Malkavian, Nosferatu, Toreador, Tremere. Let's see if any of them are Tremere. Maybe that. Let's see. Who would be Tremere? T-Hawk. He's a Tremere. I don't know why. Actually, Dalsim could also be a Tremere. He'd be Tremere or Shamise because, he has magic fire breath. Maybe, yeah.
He wouldn't be the Zavisi, the flesh crafting dude.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're also wizards. They're both vampire wizards. So, I mean, yeah, it depends. But he has the fire breathing stuff too. So maybe he's a Tremere. Well, yeah, probably Shamise. That's definitely the best fit. Balrog, Bruja. He's just a big angry boy. Sagat,
DJ and Fei Long.
Yeah, DJ and Fei Long. Let's take a look. Who haven't we assigned? Sombra would have no Shamise. Yeah, we're going to Giovanni and Shamise. Giovanni and Shamise. Giovanni.
T-Hawk would be a Ravnos, I think. The vagabonds and nomads, and that fits in with his character lore.
Oh, I don't know his character lore that well. If they're both nomads, then yeah. Then let's see here. Dalsim is the Shamise. I think a lot of them are Venture or Bruja. They're not super well developed. Sagat would probably be La Sombra because he's not or Venture, depending if Sabat or not. Yeah, and actually, probably he would be La Sombra as well. La Sombra and Giovanni maybe. Balrog definitely. Actually, Balrog could be Malkavian. His rage could be like his madness or whatever.
It's unleashed chaos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This is a good fan fiction we're writing.
Yeah.
Get Squaresoft on the phone. I want to make Kingdom Hearts with Street Fighter and Vampire the Masquerade.
I think they're making a vampire battle royale video game, or I think
no, are they really? How the hell that work? You out emo someone?
Well, they just like give everybody all the superpowers, and you shoot other vampires. It's not like super canon.
That's the funny thing. The limited amount of time that I was able to play Vampire, like no fighting happened. It really was just people standing around talking about consequences and the world at large.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's let's see, Vampire Battle Royale game. What's it called? Vampire, Blood Hunt. On Steam. There we go. Let's see here. Let's just say I was born in 1900.
Vampires, notorious for their openly bellicose nature.
Let's see here. Can we have some actual gameplay?
No, but you can have some hot vanity items.
Yeah. Boy, you can't you? I want some gameplay. Oh, there we go.
Is it vampires versus vampires, or is it...
in the Battle Royale thing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look, you're a vampire. You're using katanas to cut up your guys.
Cool. There's like a game mode where like you're competing with other people to like drain a bunch of humans that are running around the map. See, that'd be asymmetrical. Like there's 25 human players and there's 75 vampires. Whoever drinks the most humans is the winner. And the tiebreakers have to fight each other.
Let's have a big ass slide in the middle of our museum for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Patrons love the slide.
They love the slide. Ooh. This is what Gothic punk is to me. Blood Hunt. The blood, yeah. Let's see here. Oh, it's out. It's been out since April. And it's free to play.
Haven't heard a word. What's Steam have to say about it?
Let's see here. Mixed reviews, all 42,000 reviews. So mixed. Beta was fun. The developer squandered. Shark Mob made it. We're gonna get a map you'll get sick of in 15 minutes. Not much to see. Gameplay stellar. When it's both you and the enemy are trying to play normally, everyone's either level 200 or just pick the game up. They'll bunny hop around you, kill you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, okay. Well,
see, we should stream playing on a team on this game.
Okay, yeah, we could do that. Show him the DBZ asymmetrical game. Oh God, what was that called? Have you heard of this one?
No, I've not.
It's basically Dead by Daylight, but I'm totally misspelled that. I know that. That's asymmetrical. What is it called? What the fuck is it called? The Breakers. Jesus Christ, just give me the fucking title. Pre-purchase. The Breakers. So it's basically like you're all normal humans fighting, or like normal ass people for the most part. And then fucking a DBZ cosmic threat shows up to wreck everyone's shit, and you just have to survive and try to escape. So yeah. So
you're running away from evil Dragon Ball people.
Yeah.
Not the good ones.
No, why would you? You wouldn't run away from Goku. Goku wouldn't want
to fight you. I don't know. If he's about to Kamehameha me, I'm not going to just...
Well, he's not going to do that unless you're a challenge. Goku's thing is about, fighting something tougher than he is. But Cell just wants to eat everyone and gain power, so...
elements of prop hunt.
Yeah, on DBZ, because it's like 1 versus 6 or something. And you have to build a machine to teleport away or whatever.
Okay. Also similar to Friday the 13th, the game.
Yeah. I think they're sort of
Well, I can't say I ever saw this coming.
Yeah, people are trying to get the asymmetrical formula right, and no one's outside of Dead by Daylight. No one seems to have figured it out, and even at least in terms of popularity. I mean, I don't know. I don't follow it that closely, but no, Cell. He's scary man with the green head.
Run away.
Release date is actually next month. Dun dun dun. It's only $20.
Only $20.
Only $20. Oh boy, yeah. So we could try that. So at some point, it's not just Cell. It's all the villains. Okay, yeah. Well, I don't think Chris is a big Dragon Ball Z fan.
I don't hate it.
Okay,
but I don't have the connection to it like Aaron would, for example.
I don't think Aaron's a huge DBZ fan. I know Maddie is. I don't know which of our friends is like really into DBZ. Like I know all the big story arcs, but like I'm not like.
I mean, they started showing Dragon Ball on Cartoon Network when I was still in high school, and I remember, as a freshman, I would try to come home and catch it. But when they started repeating episodes, just kind of, I walked away from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, Dragon Ball Z I do like, but like, yeah, yeah, I don't know. RPGs and video games, they're neat. Barbie and Murray, that's not what I was looking at. Well, I guess it was, but it wasn't.
Okay, would you run a Dragon Ball TTRPG?
I mean, there was a Dragon Ball RPG. I think Tom has it. Let's see.
Now that's out of character.
No, he also had like Teenagers from Outer Space. Best Dragon Ball RPG. Where was it? Was like published in the 80s, I think.
Oh dang, yeah. No kidding.
Yeah, there it is.
Holy smokes.
Oh, it was Mike Pinesmith. Holy shit. Yeah, it was Mike Pinesmith.
Oh, the Cyberpunk dude.
Yep. $100. Damn, yeah, Tom's copy is pretty valuable, I guess. I'll have to see. I don't know if it's available. I mean, it's obviously out of print now. But so I don't know what it's like. I'd have to read it. Telsoria made it. It just doesn't fucking work. Oh, okay. Well. All right. Fusion system. So, oh yeah, look at the Mike Pondsmith is a pretty crunchy game designer, so it's gonna have a lot of stats. So, yeah. Damn, it's a lot of crunchiness. So yeah. Well, yeah, that is the thing. I believe that the villains are Cell, Frieza, and Boo. Oh, okay, that's cool. For the video game. Yeah, in terms of other RPGs, so are there any other concepts? Anything else we haven't, Rich? I'm trying to think of. I definitely want to do drama system at some point before I die. I definitely would love to run Eclipse Phase for you, so I'll definitely try and do that this year. I know there's some like newest RPGs I want to run, like that Bible Camp adventure game. Oh, you didn't even see that. What is this? The Bible Camp game. Let's see here. Camp Kingdom Come. Yeah, here it is. I purchased this title. It's basically like you're a camp counselor at a Bible camp, and you have to, and the biblical apocalypse has happened. And you have 1 week to keep as many of your campers alive until their parents come up to rescue them. And it's rules light, and you get to make up biblical apocalypse shit. So I definitely want to try it out sometime. I dig that. Yeah, the rule set is interesting because it's like they actually use playing cards for it. And everyone's dealt a hand of cards. Each card represents one of your campers, and the suit and the number are your camper's stats. So that's what you use tests on. So anytime the campers have to do something to avoid, lake monsters or whatever, you would have to you use those stats to make a check. And this cover is made with Midjourney with an AI generator. So it is this RP. Yeah, we've talked about some previous experience with Baz, but like AI generators like Dolly and Mid Generator have just gone. People have just gone nuts with them on DrivethruRPG titles. Like all of this artwork is done with that.
Yeah, see, that's a little obvious for me.
Yeah, like this one is not is obvious, but like this one clearly is. Like it, like once I saw the interior, I was like, oh, this is Midjourney. This is like oh yeah, this isn't fully rendering out on that like that. Yeah, but I want to run this sometime soon. But other RPGs I want to run. Look at see what I've got downloaded like recently-ish. What's the Lurking Fear? Big Spirit. I got that. I'm just looking at my collection of RPG PDFs. I have a very large collection of RPG PDFs. Actually,
imagine.
What? It's weird.
You just never know a person.
You just never do. Durance, Fate Horror. Oh, I do want to talk about Fate of Cthulhu. I do want to run that at some point, which is a Fate system, but it's like the Terminator, but it's Cthulhu, which is enough because I am. It's not 1920s. I mean, there's time travel, but you could set it in not in the 1920s.
Like Cthulhu is merged with Skynet, or
you can kind of set it up like what type of apocalypse it is. Like did the King in Yellow take over? Did Cthulhu wake up? And the idea is you send a time traveler who's kind of messed up and got some cool abilities to prevent the apocalypse. And yeah, so I just want to check this out because I like the idea of the characters to be balanced because like the time traveler has cool abilities, but like the normal people are more intact and not as like they're in their native time zone or time line, so they know how things work. And yeah, so I'd like to do Fate of Cthulhu at some point, because it just looks neat. Also, I just like the art and stuff. Like, look at this. Look at these Yithians fighting elder things. I think.
Look at all these life of little critters.
Yeah, delightful. But yeah, before we go, we should probably talk about your stuff because you've got a thing that is very cool and people should check out on YouTube called Kill the Pac-Man is the name of the channel, and I'm putting the link now.
Name of the channel is strictly the acronym OKTPM. So if you were to look for me on YouTube, look for OKTPM, which stands for Operation Kill the Pac-Man.
Yeah. So obviously, because of the way my streaming setup, I can't put the music forward. But this is a video. Tell us, this is about Namco Museum, right?
Yeah. Well, nominally, I feel. I mean, certainly, I make it the focus, but title of video is also, introduction to museum features, and museum features in video games, I think, are very important, or at least very cool, very interesting. And the video just kind of makes the presentation of what I would consider a museum feature, and then it takes a look at what I think has a very excellent example of a company that loves itself so much that it wanted to make a digital museum that you would have to kind of walk through and actually look at the things on display and what have you. They could have just put these 5 games on a disc and a ROM pack and then just sold it for $20 or whatever. But they sat down and they really tried to make something that these people can move around in. And here's footage for the National Video Game Museum, which is such a cool place. It's in Frisco, Texas. I've been there twice, and it's it's also taking a look at how the publisher and the developer wants to preserve itself and how it wants to present itself. That's another big part of the thing. It's presentation. The presentation of a museum is every bit as important as its contents, because
Mm-hmm.
a great museum you will go to again.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Namco, I think, has a really awesome and enthusiastic sense of presentation for its own legacy. And and I just want to take like a closer look at that and show what I think are the more important parts. And if you watch my video, you may notice that there's not a lot of gameplay footage here. He talks about Pac-Man and Galaga, and I really don't see any examples of those things. And for me, the games are almost besides the point, but everything that surrounds those games is so dearly important to me. I would hate if every copy of Namco Museum fell off the earth, was just wiped, for some, insane reason. I would mourn that loss greater than if someone told me, well, they killed all the Pac-Man ROMs. Can't play Pac-Man again.
Oh, no.
But I'd be like, oh, but I can look at these silly coloring books they made because he was so popular. And but that's the kind of dude I am. Oh. But yeah. So I intend for this to be the first in a series of about 3 videos, say, and the other videos will probably take a closer and more loving look at the games themselves. But this first video, I kind of, just wanted to focus on what I think are the most important things, the most standout things, and then I'm going to go into more detail.
Yeah. No, I really like this for one. I think it's really well made, and it's a really interesting, like everything about it, like the information, the presentation, like video game history and preservation is really underutilized, or like it's like there are people doing video game history, but not nearly enough. And it's kind of and also commentary, just like discussing, like there's not nearly enough people like critical commentary and critique of video game as a form, as a medium. It's still in its infancy, so
sure. Yeah.
We got a question from the thing. Have I heard of Roll for Sandwich Guy on TikTok? No. Maybe I've seen it. I don't use TikTok. I am fully saturated in social media. Maddie shows me enough TikToks that I feel like I basically have a TikTok account. So and like I see them on other things. I see like TikToks reposted to Twitter and Discord, and so like I do not damn it, Twitch. I'm sorry. I don't know. But yeah, be sure to subscribe to Chris's stuff. We're also talking about doing a podcast about video games, which I'd be happy to talk about because I like talking about video games, because video games are neat. Video games. And we'll probably doing some live stream, maybe some video game live streams too. So looks like this live stream worked pretty well. In terms of for you, Chris, technically, I mean,
sure,
yeah, connection.
I hope I get. We kept the ball rolling, didn't we?
Yeah.
Second of time.
Yeah, I mean that's it. Like every time we with Baz was the same thing. It's like, okay, what are we going to talk about? And then we find shit to talk about, and then it goes fine. And then it's like 2 hours go by. That's how it works, baby. But we'll get you into RPGs, Chris. We'll do it. I'll corrupt your innocent mind. But we got let's see here. Be sure to, let's see, for RPPR, we're of course our next episode after hours we're going to start working on soon, and that's going to be talking about Cinnabar character creation, which is, boy, that's going to be fun, let me tell you. Cinnabar, Chris, is possibly
this seems to be one of the biggest inside jokes of RPPR.
Boy, it is. I wish it was only us. No one else was subjected to it. It is. There's so much. Cinnabar. Look at it. Look at it. This is 307 pages, and it's all like this. Just
Time Cube.
Yeah. No. It really do be like that.
Who's that other guy? Uli Lula?
Oh yeah.
Boy.
So it just it's God, our last episode of After Hours was just like skimming this and just like, oh God, what the fuck is going on? Next episode, we're actually going to sit down and actually try to make characters. So we are just going to go with that. Well, we'll see. We'll see what one. What I'm planning to do is get everybody who's still willing to do it together in a Discord group call. We're going to open up fucking the Cinnabar PDF. And we're just gonna like from the scratch start making characters and talk. Everyone try to talk our way through it, and we'll see how far we get. And it's all like this because let me just skim to like, look, it's just it's a different color now. It's green. Ooh,
that must be the information contained within is of a different variety.
It must be. Oh, nope. Ooh, now it's red. Ooh. And now we're back to blue. And it just keeps going. So yeah, we'll do that. I'll be starting work on that soon because we're getting close to the end of the month. And we're gonna record our first episode of Letter on Narrative Dissidence, Coyote and Crow Monday. We got delayed because of some things got held up. And yeah, be sure to check all that stuff out. I tried to play Cinnabar. I tried. Damn, that's very brave of you, Rio Wolf. That is very brave to try to play Cinnabar. Foolish, perhaps. So yeah, once we make characters, then we'll try and do combat and just have our characters fight each other and see how far that goes. And we'll see. But yeah, that's it for this week. Thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to follow Chris on YouTube, and we'll all talk to you later. You were young and foolish. Oh, well, we all were. And hopefully that was your worst mistake when you were young. Anyways, that's all I got. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Later.